What's going on, MJMG? Mr. Bard, I see you. Shout out to everybody jumping on SHU Radio today. I hope everyone's having a safe holiday and a blessed one at that. If you joining in today, we're going to have a nice sit down. You know, at SHU Radio, we always have a really dope sit down. So we're going to let a few more people come on in, and I'm going to give a proper introduction to this artist, this talent. I've been putting in work for some time, and we're going to discuss that journey. We're going to get all the lives together. Shout out to everybody that's coming in right now on Facebook. We're getting Facebook together right now. And shout out to everybody and anybody on the MJMG Presents app right now. So you can download the app in the App Store or the Google App Store. And shout out to everybody on YouTube. So we're going to let a few more people come in. You know how we do. We're going to go into a visual real quick. Entertain the people. We do education and entertainment here on SHU Radio. So we're going to get into that in a little bit. We're going to let more people come in. But shout out to everybody that's jumping in now. Much love on that. Give us a few more seconds. I want to make sure all the lives is good. Yes. All right. We are on the money. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go into a video real quick. Most likely going to bring this video back again. Shout out to Weird World jumping on right now. Much love to everybody. Yeah, we got a really dope artist. Not only in the mind frame, Hard Knocks, I see you. Not only in his mind frame and dedication for the art. I'm gonna let that speak for itself. I'm not even gonna do the introduction right now. We're gonna go right into this video. Right? We're gonna go into this video. It's called Meeting. It's featuring LaRussell. This artist that we interviewing today, if you saw the feed, is Vokab Sparks. That name resonates very highly. So we're gonna go into this video real quick. Check it out. Tell somebody to tell somebody, and we'll be right on with the show. Check out this video, y'all.
I just had a meeting with Kadeem, he say he got to play. I throw up the west, I'm from the coast like Pac and Dr. Dre. I stay in the V, I'm hard to miss, I don't live out the way. Halibut bass and leopard sharks, they pull me out the bay. I ain't got too much to say, but I got so much to say. I used to be down and out, climbed I'm up today. Keep some cash to tuck away, I like blues in all my pants. I ain't got a shucking job, I can cancel all my plans. Dropping hits and growing fans, new deposit, do my dance. Belt out, who the man? Only one that got the plan. Barely used to raise my hand. Shit, I knew the answer then. Niggas used to be on sick shit. I killed that cancer then. All I know is that I had to grow, I had to separate. Now I'm here, 2 feet off the ground. Watch me levitate, hella cake. I'm feeling like Brucey and Matilda. If my granny see how much I made, it would've killed her. I just had a meeting with Kadeem, he say he got to play. I throw up the west, I'm from the coast like Pac and Dr. Dre. I stay in the V, I'm hard to miss, I don't live out the way. Halibut bass and leopard sharks, they pull me out the bay.
Yeah, Kansas City and the Bay go together like back in the day. That cousin used to ask your mama, can they stay? And she used to always say, no way, let me get at these niggas. Yeah.
I just had a meeting with Vito, he say he got to pay. Shout out to Hokage from KC all the way to the Bay. Patrick Mahomes, we don't play these KC streets, no fucking game. Call me Reed, we got to play. Gates is where I get to play. Presidential, what I take. Super friends is what we make. Pull up to the distro, what the hell do we smoke today? Purple haze, bubble gum, only kush up in my lungs. In the studio going dumb, metaphors built with drums. Meet your chick, make her come, pro violation, make her run. 100 rounds, don't need no drums. Can't you see we dropping bombs? The Home Tech 9, that's where I'm from. Come with switches, run from drums. Guarantee a hole in one. Rush through it up and let me dunk one. I just had a meeting with Vito, he say he got to pay. Shout out to Hokage from KC all the way to the Bay. Patrick Mahomes, we don't play these KC streets, no fucking game. Call me Reed, we got to play. Gates is where I get to play.
Oh my fucking God. I ain't even throwing no limbs on that bitch. That motherfucker hot.
All right, y'all. First and foremost, I would like to send a shout out to everybody jumping on. I hope everyone had a beautiful holiday. Thanks for joining us today. I know every time that I have these moments with these shows, we're taking time from you. So thank you for sharing time with me to share time with you. But without further ado, because time is money, and I want to introduce this artist. This artist is hailing and representing straight out of Kansas City. He goes by the name of Vokab Sparks. Now, I'm not just talking about an artist. I'm talking about like label owner. I'm talking about curating artists and talent. When I was going through the information, it was relayed that they channeled the theme of God and family and creativity. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, I like that combination. So we're gonna talk about his grind. As y'all just saw the video with him, Lil Russell. So we're gonna talk about his grind. We're gonna talk about the dedication and how you gotta put forth the effort to keep going. And I see a lot of artists are on. So y'all might want to get y'all pen and pad out and take notes. Without further ado, I'm gonna introduce this brother right here. This is Vokab Sparks. Let's get a round of applause. My brother, how are you doing today?
Oh, what's going on? What's going on, world? This is Vokab Sparks, straight out of Kansas City, representing Kansas.
You rep every time I see you. You repping.
Oh yeah, I got to. It was come Sunday. It's on. Our first game is against the Ravens this week, so I'm repping red and yellow all week.
All week. I love it. So, my brother, before we even jump too far into now, right? I know I've been seeing the grind. I've been seeing everything you've been doing. You know, what was your first instance of this love for music?
Man, I was that kid. My dad used to be in the service, and he used to be a DJ. So, and he used to DJ at all the officers' clubs. So, when they had parties and stuff like that, I was one of them kids that I was the kid. I was one that got up. I used to do the Stevie Wonder impression. I got the best Stevie Wonder impression still.
Stevie Wonder touched the hearts of everybody. I tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you know, it's a universe. It's like Michael Jackson, just it's music for everybody, and that's pretty much what Mid Coast is. It ain't just rap. We got something for everybody.
Everybody. When did that transition from that beginning stage of like the love for music translate going to like, yo, this is what I'm gonna try?
It's a bit. This been a long time coming. We started something like this a long time ago.
Okay.
I was in a group kind of, and we started all guys kind of. You know, some of us, the streets got me and a couple other people, and somebody moved away, and then like it just came down to me and my cousin Young Sal, and you know, Sal ended up getting shot in the head with a couple of times, and you know, and we just kind of shut down. I mean, we still made music, but you had to learn how to walk, talk, all that again. So, and I'm the type of person, and we come in this together. It's like going to the club. If I come with you, we fight our way out of here, or we leave together. We leave together all the way the same. So, so we just kind of, you know, but here I've got a 16-year-old son. Shout out to Pop Out J.E. Phenomenal prodigy in music. And just like when he came of age and started doing his own thing, it kind of, like I said, just reignited that passion. I have a fiber optic construction company that I've been running for almost 20 years now. And, you know, we're doing well in that. And it's just, like I said, it just seemed like it was just the right place, the right time, and everything's just come together ever since.
I respect that, especially after all the hardships that you face. During those hardships and those moments of despair and, you know, even life, possible threatening situations, what was that key factor that kept you solid, that kept you grounded?
Man, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It nothing but it's faith based. I grew up in the church. You know, I might not follow the teachings like my mom wanted me to, but I always held them they got wrote on my heart whether I wanted them or not. So, and anytime I'm in trouble, or even when I'm not in trouble now, I just give God. You just give it to God, and God to give me direction. And you know, you just got to be able to tune out all the excess background noise of the world, and you can find your direction anywhere you want to go.
That's real. Tuning out all the excess noise, and you'll find you'll find your pattern.
Yeah, worries, noise. People trying to tell you that, you know, you can't do something. Noise. That, you know, it's just so many factors in this world that are considered just background noise. And if you can tune out all that background noise, you'll find that a voice that you've heard all your life tell you what to do. it be not at 99.999% right every time.
That's right. That's right. I love that. I love that. So going back to the moment where going kind of giving. I don't want to say giving music a rest, but revisiting when you came back to music. Was that what set off this grind now, or that was another phase that you had to overcome?
No, it said it was the spark to the fuse, I should say. We started this April of 2023.
Okay.
Perfectly. Midcoast Entertainment became into official inception at April of 2023, and just like been leaps and bounds. We've just been blessed and be in the right place, the right time with the right situations. But once that fuse got lit, it wasn't no stopping it. It was like I'm on, like I say in one of my songs, "Rolling and Smoking." These brothers chasing sparks. It ain't just they think the shit's a race, but really Sparks already in space. They trying to catch up. They trying to catch up with me, but Sparks already up in space.
Already in space.
So, I'm already light years ahead of you when it comes to thinking, because I think in 3-dimensional chess.
You mentioned 2013 was the kind of what set the tone for Mid Coast Entertainment. Let's talk about Mid Coast Entertainment. I see there's a lot of artists and the development. What is, if you had to define it to our viewers and people, what is Mid Coast Entertainment?
Midcoast Entertainment is a fusion of cultures, I should say. It's a fusion of Latin, Hispanic culture, it's a fusion of African American culture, and then just a love for music, period. And it's just based in it's jazz, Latin music, and hip hop. So it's just this crazy fusion that works. And like I said, it's just whatever works with us. If we get into the studio and song, I've got a song right now. We just whatever works for us. If it sounds like it's gonna work, we'll try it. Yeah, because we got that synergy when we get in the studio. Our first 2 professional albums we did last year, we did in 33 hours. So we got 24 songs in 33 hours.
24 songs in 33 hours?
Yes, sir.
That sound like a song right there. That sounds like a song right there. And
so
that project, that was for what project?
Elevated Situations and Paper Chasing. These are 2 albums we dropped pretty much. They were supposed to be a double disc, but we separated the projects because, like I said, it was just pretty much two albums worth of singles. So basically, what we're doing now is we just got Rock Nation distribution. Shout out to Rock Nation. So we're gonna redrop the albums on the same days that we dropped them last year.
Gotcha. Our viewers are saying you're losing light really quickly. Like it's getting dark really quickly. They want to see you. They want to see you.
Let's see what I do here.
That was really fast too.
All right, I'm back.
All right. So speaking of, like, you said a lot. I mean, from 2003 Mid Coast, and now you have a distribution with Rock Nation. Let's talk some of your business approaches for Mid Coast as well as yourself. What is your practice? Like, how do you go about, for the artistry of this? Because we all know this is a business. This is a business in order to prevail. How do you maintain that? Like, what is your aim for that?
Well, my general aim is, I use what I got right now. I'm not rich, and I'm not signed to no major label. It's all 100% independent. So when you see me charting for the last 14 weeks, that's hard-earned money out of dig. We put fiber optics in the ground for different service providers. So you see, when everything that you see me doing is just hard. It was hard sweat and tears of digging holes in the ground, actually digging trenches from houses to house to house. And so it's hard earned. And meanwhile, I did do that during the day. And then we're either on phone conferences, because we're all spread out all over the country. So we're either on phone conferences, video conferences, phone calls, where everybody's doing some kind of content. They're sending it through here. They send it to me. I approve it. But there's an actual process in this. We run this like a real corporation over here.
Now you most definitely have to. You most definitely have to.
Because music is a business.
It is. And I get a lot of artists. Who speak about, like, I'm quitting my job to chase it. I knew that was coming.
You got to learn to multitask. That's all I can tell you.
You most definitely do, because it, like you said, it is a business and there is an expense. In your last statement, you said something real subtle. You said, you charted. For how
Oh
many?
yeah.
For how many
Oh
weeks?
yeah.
Let's talk. Let's talk about that. Like we can't let that one just slide through the cracks.
Oh
Like
no.
you
Okay.
charted. Let's talk about your charting and what you have charted and how long.
Okay. So 14 weeks ago, we released 2 songs back to back. The first song was myself, Vokab Sparks. It's called "Famous Overnight." It's an ode to Miami. It's a Latin pop song.
Okay.
And like it just hit the airway. It hit digital radio running. It got picked up by 5 terrestrial FM radio stations. Like I said, right now it's on 3 different charts. Right now, I am 180, 190 on top 200 digital radio global airplay.
Okay.
I'm number 41 on top independent global airplay. And I am the number 30. As of, they haven't dropped the new chart for this week, but last week I was number 38 on the top 50 R&B, hip hop and R&B.
So now I gotta ask. I gotta ask this question. A lot of people make records and then they just put them out and hope they stick. Was there marketing behind these records? Did you put marketing or it was one of those records that just caught fire?
Myself personally, I just be having that gut feeling about a lot of music, but I'm smart enough to let my peers be the judge. And my radio guy, he just like those 2 songs right there. Like right now, we've got probably about 9 songs on the radio if people really check it out through just different artists on the label. But my radio guy said those are the 2 strongest songs I've dropped in a year. So it was just like it was a no-brainer. And then the She Nasty with Jazzo, that song was fire out the studio. So and it's Jazzo. Shout out to Jazzo. So the both of those were just no brainers, and like they just took. I tell you this: when you do radio done in packages. In case artists don't know, so if you want to put your song on the radio, most people that sell you radio space, that sell you market space. It's gonna come in a package. So if I'll just start off with small radio packages to see how the programmers take it, because it's ultimately up to the programmers if you're gonna get played or not. So once I just do small radio packages on the songs that I feel like could have commercial success, and if the programmers take it on the first week, then I just cert what they call cert. What you do is you got to, after you get your song on the radio, after so long. If your song isn't good enough to survive on its own, you have to service it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that goes back to investing in your product.
Yes, sir. I mean, radio. People say people don't realize radio is the biggest part of marketing right now, and if don't nobody agree with me, oh well. I feel like with radio, you can truly get a sense of how the public's going to react to you, because it's do things that are built into the radio, like Nielsen's and media base.
Yes.
So you're going to actually see how big an audience you got. For 14 weeks, I've captured on 2 songs over 3 million audience, just on 2 songs. And now Vice, and now the La Russell song Vice is just charted this week. So it charted at. Last week it was 86. It charted last week. Now we're about number 80 right now. 82 right now. No, nice. It said 62. No, it said 62.
62.
Yeah, so it went up 20 spaces on the digital radio top 150 R&B. I mean top 50 independent airplay right now. So I'm hoping it's going crazy.
I feel you. And salute to you on that. Having records charting. Does that do anything for you creatively? Like, I know artists who are grinding, who may never get their records charted, and some who don't have their records charting. What does that do for you as a creative?
For me as a creative, I'm just we waiting on these plaques right now. But for me, it's like an ultimate sense of what I'm doing. It makes it worth it for me. I don't know about nobody else, but it makes it actually truly worth it for me. Not even having the plaques in hand, but to know that, hey, that I created something that was good enough to where it was recognized on a worldwide stage. And then, my biggest flex right now is that I'm 2 of the top 50 artists. I'm 2 of the top 50 hip hop and R&B artists in the world, which is crazy that they only give R&B and hip hop 50 slots. But so you get 25. So we only get 25 a piece, where most other genres get those solo get a whole 50.
Yeah.
But to that point, I'm 2 of the 50. So right now I'm killing a lot. I've looked at that whole list 10 times up and down, and ain't too many people on there twice.
There's some people ain't on there at all.
Yeah, and I mean, you would think that you would look at the top 50 in the world and see all mainstream artists. Half that list is a third of that list is independent artists, and the rest is mainstream artists. So I'm up there. It ain't like it's not no small flex. I'm up there with the big dogs. I'm up there with the Drakes, the Dirks, the Saweeties. Like last couple weeks ago, my song outran 90, which was crazy. The Famous Overnight.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. So 2 songs, 3 charts.
How do you feel the market for independent artists compared to an artist that's on? What are some of the pluses of being an independent artist in your perspective?
I do what I want to do. There's nobody to tell me no. If I feel, and me personally, it's my, I'm spending my own money, so ain't nobody tell me no. But at the end of the day, it still got to make sense. There's got to be some kind of love or some kind of audience. Excuse me. There's got to be some kind of engagement from the audience for me to even make it work.
That's true.
But yeah, it's there's research that going into this. It's not just me throwing. Sometimes I just throw stuff at the wall if I got that feeling. But for the most part, there's research going into this, because nobody, I don't have money to waste. So every shot is, and I'm a real street hustler. So every time I make money in this, it goes right back into it. So that's the one thing that, when labels are looking at you, they want to know how you spending your money, and they want to see some kind of effective strategic plan of how you going to recoup their money.
Shut up. How money's going to be made? They wanted to see how money's going to be made. We got a question from our viewers. They said, how much promo do you do on your own?
I'd say 75%. I've got a team.
75%. Now, when you say you got a team, do you got a team, like an in-house team that you only work with, or a team that when you got a plan in play, that's your moves?
I learned from the best that you can find. I ain't got an in-house team because I can't afford. We ain't at that level yet. But when we get that money, when we get that distribution deal, real distribution deal, publishing deal, we gonna have an in-house. Everybody that's outsourced, that we outsource right now.
Okay.
So shout out to Mac Delfino Agency. Shout out to More Booking Agency. They do my performances and all my promotion. Shout out to It's Biscuit. He's killing it out there for us too. So it's just like I've got certain people that I've linked with in this journey that I try, because if you let somebody, that's my biggest thing, is letting somebody promote for me. Is I've learned that if you link when you let somebody do anything for you, and you link and you're attaching your brand to them or your personhood to them. So you got to watch who you do that with. So I've just learned that, I just got a certain group of people that I steadily, I keep on dial in when there's time to roll.
You most definitely got to be strategic and mindful of who you got, like you said, associated with you or around you, because it's an extension of the representation.
Your brand is everything. Your brand is like your name.
Most definite. Now, when it comes to social media, how do you viewpoint social media in today's market, and how has it been beneficial or effective, negative or positive for you?
Social media is the wave. It's just, I guess it's like any tool. You got to learn how to use it. Because our biggest thing is like we do stuff, and a lot of people, we emulate a lot of things that we see these successful influencers doing, and they'll tell you what to do, how they did it, but not the real whole 100% process of how it was done.
Oh yeah,
So it's just like using.
They skip a few steps. They show you a little bit, but they don't show you all the steps. They don't show you all
the steps. You can't show everybody. You can't show everybody behind the curtain. So, it's just about figuring out how to use the tools that are available to, I guess, find your niche, and I say find your audience, and then you find the right tools to help you expand. Like me, I'm finding that there's so many tools out here, and that's the reason why I used to be about 50-50 on the marketing, but now that a lot of this stuff I can do myself, I do. Because simple fact is, I feel like with anything else, always remember nobody's gonna treat your stuff like you do.
That is true. That is true. No one's gonna have that same approach and value. They might come
Yep.
close. They might come close, but
Yeah,
what's yours is yours. Is yours. We
one
do.
hundred
We
percent.
do have a. We do have another question. And this question says, does he pay to play? How does he feel about that? If not, or do, how do you feel about that?
Pay to play,
Yeah.
pay to play at your own risk. I
That's
tell it, I'm giving,
that's the words of true genuine wisdom. Continue on,
yeah,
brother.
because back in the day, there used to be a guy walking around with a briefcase for each one of the labels, and it was that briefcase was full of money, and he would visit all the radio stations, all the stores, and he would make sure these records move.
Still, he
Now,
still come through.
oh yeah, and the term was called payola. But now what it is like, you have all these, you got people running bot farms, and I tell you that if you don't pay attention, you can end up getting your music took down.
Yeah.
So you got to pay attention to what you're doing. I tell a person the best way to get your music activated right now is to there's 1,000 websites that you can go out and submit your songs for free. You're gonna have to take the time
Do
to
your homework.
yeah, you got to do your homework, but all these sites are biting. They're legit playlists, because Spotify don't, they're legit Spotify playlists. So even if they've got 100 listeners, they've got 1,000 listeners, they've got 50 listeners. You start submitting your songs as individuals to these playlists, and I can tell somebody that's about the most legit way in this industry right now. And that's something that you can do yourself.
Yes.
And that way you're not banking on Sam, I paid Sam $1,000 for 100,000 streams, and I got the 100,000 streams, but now they shut down my account. Now they shut down my song. They took my song off the platform.
Yeah.
So it's time.
There was clarification. They were saying that they were talking about live performances. How do you feel about paying for live performances?
You got to pay to play, because every show is an investment by somebody. Somebody's doing it to make money.
Yes.
So if you're not the kind of person that can bring if you can bring 50 people in with you, then you shouldn't. If you got 100, if you can bring 50 solid people to a performance, no, you shouldn't pay to play, because you got real fans. But if you're somebody who's just starting and you're trying to get your name out, hell, there's times I had to pay to play. That's just real. But that's getting on like a real show with a real artist, and it ain't no big money or nothing like that. But it's just like anything else. You got to pay to be heard.
That is true. That's true. There is a place. There's a time and place for all that.
All that,
You just gotta make sure it makes sense. Gotta make sure.
There's no union in this. So, but that's really that's the real part of paying dues. I think in this, that people think that TV is made to look like you can just hop on stage in front of somebody one day and just rap in front of somebody. They ain't like that. This is literally you're gonna have to come out of pocket.
Straight up.
It is what it is. So my suggestion to people is, it's all right to pay to play if it's gonna give you the content you need. It's all right to pay to play if it's gonna give you the look you need. It's all right to pay to play because some of these guys you might pay to play, but if you can bring, like I said, if you can bring a certain amount of number of audience in, you can get your money right back.
That is true.
And a lot of these guys doing that now because nobody wants to feel like they paying to play, but you got to pay to get in this space. I'll just tell you like that. This space ain't free. Ain't no free entry into this space.
Some way or another, right? Some way or another.
Right. It's like being married. You gonna pay one way or another.
You gonna pay one way or another. I got a question before we go into this next video. I would love to go into the next video. How do you feel about artists when they or anyone who proclaims like, this is a young man's game? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Share your viewpoint on that real quick.
First of all, music is timeless. That's my true genuine opinion about it. Music is timeless, and just what you sound like and what you look like ain't always gonna match up. But if the sound is amazing, it is what it is. But I'm gonna tell you what, they talking about it's a young man's game. Can't nobody tell God what he gonna do. Let me tell you like that. So, or you God, universe, whatever you believe in. If you think that music is a young man game, you better go talk to a man named Mr. Killer Mike. And look at you. You're talking to Vokab Sparks right now. Look at me. I'm killing it right now, and I ain't no young man.
There you go. Let them know. Let them know it's the work. It's the work.
Yeah, but I got the energy of 10 young men. So I run a corporation and I run a record label. So I outwork. My work ethic is outstanding because I'm the son of a Marine, and we don't get down like that.
Got to put in that work. And with that said, we're going to go into Famous Overnight real quick, and we're going to be right back with the brother. He dropping gems on y'all. Shout out to everybody that's jumping on. Tony, I see you face to face. I see you, Ty, I see you. But let's check this out, and we be right back, y'all.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
Stopping me, I'm on the grind, famous overnight, and run the town,
Rio Cali, el papá de los productores.
Ain't no stopping me, I'm on the ground like famous overnight. I run the town, yeah. Ain't no jocking me, I'm on the grind, yeah. I want the millions and millions, I'm on the climb, yeah. Famous overnight, your kryptonite, yeah. I see the lights coming, it's my time, yeah. Better get to running because you're mine now. Used to have a penny, I got the dimes now. Famous overnight, famous overnight. Pockets full of money, cold as ice. Whipping like I stole it, she looking right, yeah.
Soy agua caliente ardiente, I'm hot, hot, hot. Smoke, cooking, I'm baking, za, 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 za. They hate cause they aiming and nah.
It's hot down here in Miami tonight, 90 degrees on the steam. We got a little mist coming in after 3 o'clock, and I'll see you guys in the morning.
Now we riding drop top, rolling hard to the beat. I guess I'm rolling twice, cause I've had no sleep. Start to feel the heat, but not from the sun. It's all the freaks kicking it, showing those buns. Don't want them all, I only want one. A pretty little lady, always down for some fun. We all have one life, and you only get one. So why not live in Miami under the sun?
Famous overnight, famous overnight. Pockets full of money, cold as ice. Whipping like I stole it, she looking right, yeah.
I don't care if it's a record deal, I don't care if it's McDonald's, I don't care if it's throwing luggage under an airplane. Get a job. I'm tired of you selling these dreams.
This ain't LA, baby, this is Miami, and we built on bricks.
All right, y'all, let's get right back with the brother real quick. That was Famous Overnight. That was the record you were saying that kind of took its, got the energy, right? That was the one that got set everything off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was the first. Yeah, that was the first of many. But yeah, that was the one. Like to where, like I said, top 200. That's top 200 right now.
Nice, top 200. That's really dope. Now, business wise, were you always in the mind frame of the business or that came later? Like, how did you incorporate getting the flow of business? Because I see that's one thing that a lot of artists are having a problem with, that transition.
For me personally, is if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So I just always I've always sold stuff all my life. So I know what it'll sell and what won't, and then there's a way of selling stuff. So and I've got the kind of mindset where I can think. I think I'm quick on my feet and I can sell anything. So it was just a natural process for me. Like I said, Structure wise, I did do it like I read the music business for dummies book. I would
Okay.
say that, and I'm just, if you don't want to read it, they got it audio. But I read that long time ago. But other than that, really, it's been trial and error and watching other people's mistakes.
Big time, big time. If there was one thing, and I ask this question on every show, looking back at everything that you know now, and looking back at the younger you, if there was that one thing that you can stop yourself and tell yourself or share with yourself, what would that be?
I should have took this record, that Sony publishing deal in 2002, and said to hell with the streets. That's the only regret I got. Everything else, man, it's just been part of the journey. You know, every up and down, every fall, every stumble, man. You know, I've always gotten the strength from above to get back up. So just glad to hear.
What was a deciding factor for you not taking that deal in 2002?
Because I was interstate trafficking, and the money I was making more money in the week, and then I was.
Gotcha.
And I knew how record deals worked back then. Even they still work the same now. So 22 years ago, it was the same. It would work the same way. It was just less money.
Gotcha.
And a lot more questions of where you making where your money coming in from. So
yes,
yeah. So
yes,
man. So when I got hip to that part, I knew that part of the game. So the math just wasn't math, and I was making more on the streets than I would have out of the advance they gave me, because I know this kind of spending habits I had, and I knew what, like I said, I know the business of the business, and if you don't do a lot of this stuff, have an organized plan or a budget for a lot of this stuff, it ain't gonna, it's gonna take longer. I ain't gonna say you ain't gonna make it. It's gonna take longer.
Yeah, it most definitely would take longer. Now, speaking of Mid-Coast Entertainment, what's some of the artists that you have and that signed or you working with under the label? I know on that record, was those predominantly all the artists on Mid-Coast?
On that record, the producer was Rio Calix. He's a producer, artist, phenomenal. Anything you need, he got it. He did master, engineer, all that. So Rio Calix is the producer on that. Kilo G is the was the guy that was rapping in Spanish.
Okay.
And it was myself on there. But pretty much we've got Pop Out J.E. That's my 16-year-old son. Code fire rapper. We've got Young Sal, and we've got shout out to Cajun. He's our other producer. He played guitar on Vices.
Okay, cool. We got Vices on. We got Vice. We're gonna get into that in a little bit.
So yeah, shout out. Gave it all that it was already a great beat, a great song, but that was the icing on the cake, and that was made that song perfect. So shout out to Cajun on that. But Rio Calix, Cajun, they call themselves the Justice League. Far as we always have, you got all these production groups. You got the Dungeon Family, you got the Neptunes, but them boys the Justice League. And
okay.
So and they looking for recruits. So shout out to all the young producers, y'all. As y'all gonna see in the next year or so, Justice League about to come up, and they always looking for recruits. One day we can be Justice League Unlimited.
You hear? We got some producers that was on live. So if y'all listening, take notes on that. Y'all might want to reach out. We always
taking beats.
When it comes to working with talent or managing talent or signing talent, what do you look for? Or what?
Oh yeah. Well, before I answer that question, shout out to Jinx McFly. That's my other guy. That's my other artist. Great artist from Kansas City, Missouri. But what do I look for in talent? Man, just basically, you got to have common sense. When I say common sense, is just basically, there's a lot of expectations in this. And one thing about it is you've got to come with your own expectations and your own everything that you have of your own, even if it ain't money. Everything that you have, you need to have of your own. So I look for people that, like I said in another interview, Mid-Coast Entertainment, we call our sound, we call turf music. Turf stands for Territory Undisputedly Received Fighting. So I'm looking for somebody that's going to hold down their turf, their area. Back in the 90s, when they were record labels were looking for people, it was all territory and regional based. So we looking for people that's going to hold down they 3 or 4 little states, do it like, and we're going to go from there. No longer for me, the business model of building up one person. That's why, when One thing that I can say about Mid-Coast Entertainment, we got we got more groups than we got single artists because it just like one man came. This is a team sport. Let's say it like that. This is a team sport. So and I just feel like I'm gonna be that person that bring the groups back. But that was just my business model, and what I'm looking for is somebody that can hold down their turf. And it ain't got to be, if you hold down your city, holla at me. You hold down your little tri-state area, holla at me. If you hold down your whole side of the country, holla at me.
Holla at me. If you holding it down, holla at me.
I just dropped 2 songs. Like I said, I've worked with some great people in my time doing this for real. So like I've worked with Jazzo, I've worked with La Russell. You see the La Russell stuff's going crazy.
Yes.
The Jazzo stuff, we about to give it a second. We about to get it a second run because that was a phenomenal song. Shout out to Jazzo. Jazzo killed it. So we doing big things over here, and like I said, we looking for the next. I ain't looking for the next Drake. I'm looking for the next B2K. I'm looking for the next. I ain't looking for no city girls, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm just looking for, I'm looking for people that know how to work, who know how to work as a team, because some people don't even know how to work as a team.
No, you're not lying. You're not lying about that.
And we all artists, so in most of our heads, we the biggest thing going. So you can't tell them nothing. So, and I want somebody that's gonna be able to listen and take what I'm saying from my experience in doing this, and actually try to convert it to some kind of actionable action.
I agree.
That right there shows me a person is really trying to do this, and just like the hustle. If a person getting up going to job, they taking care of their baby, and they going to drive Uber at night, and then they still got time to come to the studio. I'll take a chance on that person versus the person who come in my studio telling me, "Hey, bro, this is how I'm doing it. Because that studio session gonna last about an hour."
I get it, and the viewers are getting it as well. As I see facts, Christ, I see you, my dude. So, what do you feel like? You've seen the business models from then midway to now. You've seen how the market changed. You was there during the time of, they say, the golden era to now. Artists today, what do you think is they're missing? Why they batting? Why are they striking out as much now compared to back then with all the access that they have now? In your viewpoint,
It's pretty much saying. This could be said 2 ways. Some of it's conversation and just perception, that initial impression.
okay.
Because first impressions could be last impressions. So, second thing I would say is expectations and entitlement.
I love that. It's ironic you said that. I've used the word entitlement in a conversation today on the topic, and the person that I had the conversation, they are on. So that's why I even asked that. So that's interesting that you mentioned that. The entitlement.
Because entitlement, but that goes back to what I was saying about everybody think, we all think we the best, greatest rapper of all time, better than Lil Wayne, better than Drake, but at the same time, when they say that it's cocky, not confident, there's a difference between confidence and cocky. So a lot of these guys go in the room and not realizing that this is an earned space. This space is an earned space, and you just can't come up in here with that BS. So a lot of these guys come in here and then they rub you the wrong way in the first 3 minutes of talking to them, just because how they entered into a space that they was invited to. So I just tell artists, like, when you're dealing with somebody new, especially when you're meeting somebody, a big producer, it's all right to be a fan, but at the end of the day, you came there for business. So at the same time of dealing with business, you don't want to feel like this, even though in this game, even when you're collaborating with somebody, you collaborating with your competition.
Yep.
So you got to look at it like this. You can't come in here acting like you got to come in these situations humble. Just come in. That's my best advice to these artists. Come into these situations, come into these spaces in a humble place, and then you'll learn something.
I respect it. Most definitely. We got someone that says a lot of people want the glory without the struggle. And he's saying, also said, first impressions is big.
If you ain't eating no ramen noodles doing this, you ain't doing it right.
Talk about it. Talk about it. If you could give that advice to like the overall aspect of a new and up and coming artist and just share some type of advice, what that advice would be to them.
I would say one, don't listen to nothing. I mean, if you know you got something, invest in that something. So investing in that something means that it's practice. Either it's practice, more practice, or you just got to invest in yourself. But as a true come up, like I said, I'm spiritually led, so I just tell people like this: always pray every day, and just put that if this is what you want to do, make sure that when you pray, you just ask God that let my plan be a part of your plan, and if the universe so fit, that's what it'll happen. Look at me. I keep saying look at me, but I'm just real life fact. I'm a real life testimony through struggle, through people dying, and all that. We here, and and it. I feel like where I'm at now, if I would have gave up all the struggle and the hardships, just been in vain. I've been trying to do this for people been calling me crazy for a long time. I don't look so crazy now.
Right? You know, I hear this a lot in artists. I'm running out of time, or they chasing this timetable. Like, I see like a 20-year-old talking about, yo, I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old. Like,
Well, first of all,
go ahead, my brother.
this is we gonna talk 3D chess real quick. So, first of all, if you're 20 years old, if you're running out of time, what are you doing that you feel like you're running out of time? Because
Good
only
question.
time I felt when I was 20 years old and I felt like I was running out of time because I was doing the stuff in my life that was really shortening my time in this world if it had been allowed. So you gotta first of all, you gotta manage your time properly. And second of all, there's no age limit on what you want to do, but you darn sure have to have a way of finding resources to take care of yourself first of all, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you sure damn sure ain't got no time to rap. If you ain't, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Got somebody come tell me that they want to come to this label and they ain't got no full-time job, I'm gonna think something funny. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Talk about it.
I'm not gonna take it as seriously, I should say,
Talk about
because I know what it takes to get here. You got, like we were saying earlier, you got to pay to play. So, I mean, there's some kind of trade off or barter. Even if you ain't paying physical money, there's some kind of bartering that you got to do. Wash somebody's car. You might be cleaning somebody's backyard. I done washed cars. I done walked dogs. Did whatever I had to do, like in my younger days, to pay for studio time. Hell, I used to work at a hotel to clean toilets to pay for studio time. So this was back when I first started. That's the reason why I got tired of cleaning toilets, and that street money became real easy for me. So, but ain't nothing in the streets. So I just tell people, like, my biggest thing is that just if you're gonna concentrate on your craft, you got to have a backup plan. My old man told me a long time ago, you got a backup plan.
You gotta
And
have it.
and the backup plan ain't necessarily saying you ain't gonna make it, but you got to support yourself in the meanwhile.
Yeah, you gotta figure out ways to keep the flow going.
Yeah,
You can't minimize one thing in the hopes of intensifying another because they
yeah,
feed off each other.
yes. It's all puzzle pieces,
It's
and life is one big puzzle. Once you get to a certain age, and you see that a lot of the puzzles, a lot of the pieces in the past end up being pieces that you end up looking back on to see the whole picture. So it's all about how you look at how you laying your pieces down. We could look at it like a spades game. You ain't nothing gonna trump no spades. So if you ain't got no spades, how can you play the game?
that's that is right. That is right. You speak a lot of open-mindedness. You speak a lot of positivity, grind. You speak a lot of of God and the enlightenment of that. Was there ever a moment that you question your journey in this the music aspect? Like, am
Yeah,
I?
the first literally when we literally got discovered for real. The day before we got discovered, my brother's wife passed away. I mean, that's like she might as well be my own sister from my mom and sister from another mother. But it's just like little things like that happened where it was like And then the very next day, somebody called me and said, "Hey, it's your turn." So it's irony, and it's like I still haven't taken it all in yet, and that's probably half. That's probably half the reason why I stay so chill about this. Just like I just said about the chart thing, because like I'm just grateful to be here. I'm a single father. I'm a single father, been a single father for many years now, and I go to work every day, and just for this to come out, and I still go to work every day, and I'm still a single father, but now, and I run a business, and now I'd have to do this, so it's just like,
And you're
even though,
charting, and you got
yeah,
and,
and
and you.
I increased my work. I'm very busy at these days, but like I said, I wouldn't change it for the world right now because, like I said, I've never expected to get this far, so it's a blessing every day I wake up. So
I love that. I want to take this moment right now just to salute you. Outside,
appreciate you, my brother.
you know what I'm saying? Just outside of just music, just hearing, I've been a single dad. I've been doing this. I've been pursuing. I've been working. I made my way out of the hardships and of the streets because a lot of us don't make it out of that. So I want to salute you on that, and also breaking the boundaries of perspective that the world may have towards this thing called music. And with that being said, we know there's so many vices in life. There's so many different things that could get in our way, whether it's internal, external, mental, spiritual, whatever the case may be. But for you, you've been able to be an outline to surpass that, overcome it, and keep maintaining. So salute to you on that, my brother. And with that,
I appreciate it, my man.
we're gonna go into vices.
All right,
We're
all
gonna
right.
go into vices featuring Lil Russell and Vokab Sparks. Check it out, y'all. Let us know what you think for everybody on the feed. Shout out to everybody that's joining us. We getting some love on YouTube as well. But we be right back.
Hey, yo, Rio, so we like.
Hey, how many lives have I changed in the past year? Feel like a lot more than last year. The unmotivated can't last here. This type of change you can't get from a cashier. Moving at light speed, it's hard for me to slow down. With all the knowledge that I know now. When you up, it's easy to make it go down. But everybody can't go places I go now. I'm on road for weeks, at home for days. When the balance is due, I'm the reason it's paid. I'm the reason them black trucks is out front. I barely get to eat the meal. I had to hunt, had to confront my vices. Trying to figure out all that life is. I'm confused on what the hype is. I'm living out my dreams as I type this. 2-story compound type shit.
On this road to this moment, damn, it's been a year. Elevated through situations and left most of my peers. Persevered in the darkness, thank God that I'm here. Followed the light of my dreams until a new reality appeared. Now we standing on piers, having no fear. Waiting on $1 million shit to birth here. New to the game, my strategy is clear. Make all weak MCs disappear. Like Copperfield or David Blaine. Some came for the game, others just for the fame. Me and bro here to bring change. Like a midsummer rain on the hottest day. When it's over, things don't feel the same. It's Russ and Vocab, these niggas ain't the same. Like the cashier, we ain't giving change. My vices feed my pain. You niggas ain't the same.
Had to confront my vices, trying to figure out all that life is. I'm confused on what the hype is. I'm living out my dreams as I type this. 2-story compound type shit.
Welcome back. Shout out to everybody that might be jumping on right now. You just saw Vices. So I know there was a big question earlier on. I saw in the feed somewhere, somebody saw the first video with Lil Russell and was like, yo, that's crazy big for you to get a feature. Like, how did you even do it? Like, how was that? So I saw it in the feed, but I didn't want to disrupt the conversation and get to that. But I know they probably still on. So, I mean, that is a really dope combination with the feature. and how did that come about?
Bro, it was just basically I've been I've just been doing some crazy mind's eye thing. Manifestation is what they call it nowadays. But I just, the rest of it, I studied the man. That's my next book. That's my next textbook I'm studying right now. I done been through the No Limit book. I done been through the QC, the label book. That's the Russell. The Russell is the modern day digital era guide to music. And so shout out to the Russell because that's the man practiced what he preached. That's what my first thing I'm gonna say about him. Second thing I'm gonna say is that it was just pretty much persistence. And people don't realize. I didn't realize that the people got schedules, and these schedules are to be kept because they're paid schedules. So I just had to wait in line, get into the queue, and wait my turn. But once the conversation got started, I mean, it got started and it happened pretty quick. I was ready with what I needed for the feature. I had the music ready. I had the paper ready. So, everything was set up to go. And, it came together. We sent him the music. He picked those two beats, sent us something back. We made it. And I got between Cage and Rio and shout out to my engineer, Connor, chill out. But, we got over at Emerald Labs in Kansas City, Missouri, but we did our thing. They brought it together and after it got mastered, once it got mastered, and then it just felt like it was missing something. Cajun came back in with the guitar and hit them, and he came in and added threw that guitar in there with that Vices, killed it. But those songs are just like pretty much natural progressions. I just fed off his energy. We wasn't in the studio at the same, They sent those back to me, and pretty much. I'm a songwriter, so it was just I tried to match his energy. I tell you what, it was intimidating, but I found my way through it.
You did it. You did that, and even to acknowledge that is a true essence of an artist. To acknowledge that, and not only do you have a feature, you have two features with the brother, and you hung out on each time. So that's really dope. You said something that, as simple as it is just as complex. You said the persistence. Persistence. And I think, like you mentioned earlier, with the entitlement of how the game is, I don't think a lot of people understand the power of persistence as well as consistency.
Nobody told me no. You're gonna hear a lot of no's in this game, regardless of whether you want them or you could be the best and you can still hear no's. Even the best have heard no's.
Oh yes.
Look at Kanye West said he got told he got laughed at 5-6 times, about 20 times about Jesus walking. Look at it now.
Look at it now. Yes. I mean, even his deal period. His deal period. You're gonna hear a lot of no's to get to the yes.
Yeah, and it wasn't even never a no. It was just, because I feel like if you're not persistent, especially like in those situations, it was just, when I say persistent, it was a lot of emailing. So it was just a lot of constant emailing, just making sure that don't forget about me, don't forget about me, don't forget about me. And then one week when he got a break, he just like, I got the email and it was like, are you ready? I was ready.
Gotta be ready.
and I wasn't ready, but like I said, and the way I rolled, the way I've just, like I said, I've been following the spirit throughout this whole journey. And when I need resources, I ain't got it, I get them. And just like simple as the saying, Lord, can you help me?
That's right. Being ready and being prepared. Sometimes you might not be ready, but you're prepared to get ready. And you gotta be prepared in this game. You gotta be prepared for this game. Before we go, is there anybody throughout your journey, and I know your journey stems from, many different aspects of your life, that you want to just give that a claim to, that shout out, that love, that meant something to you? This is a moment for that, my brother.
All right, shout out to my parents. First of all, Shirley Parks, Master Sergeant First Class Ernest Parks, and my Uncle Greenberry. And my Uncle Greenberry and my dad showed me that no matter what, you gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. You got kids, you gotta work. You gotta hustle. And they always made it work. And they always handled their business. So, and they always, whether they was in a suit or they were just hanging out, they always had that that hustle about them, 2-3 jobs, doing whatever they had to do. So that was the first thing. That's where I got that grind. Shout out to my grandma for telling me no 10 years ago, because that telling me that was the first hard no I ever took. And after that, I told myself I wasn't going to accept no more. So even if somebody tell me no, I still push through it. My grandma's been in heaven almost 8, 6, 7 years now.
Bless
But shout out to her. My Uncle Greenberry just passed, but like I said, he in a good place now, so he good. But just shout out to my family support me, my brother Carl Mann and his wife Tamika L. Mannix that passed last year. Like I said, there was just people that just always that help, like they helped me with my son. I've been a single dad, but I had a team of people helping me. So
had your tribe.
right
You had
there.
your tribe, right?
Yes, sir. My tribe is strong. But my brother and my sister, they was my biggest support. They've always been my biggest supporters from the time the boy was born all the way up to now. So just shout out to them and their family and their kids, just big blessings to them. But shout out to more bookings, Mac Delfino, his biscuits. Like I said, my son Pop Out J.E., because Rio Calix, Cajun, all my team, man, Scott Morris, they making it work. We are all doing this together. And like I said, when the come up, we all eat together. So like I said, it's just like you said before, it's just a creative collective of people that this creative collective is of people that God brought together, and that's what I'll say about that.
Gotcha. For those that are on now listening and watching this later after we post it, if they want
I forgot. Shout out to my brand. Yeah, I just got this brand sponsorship with Freshwoods tobacco wrap. So yeah, shout out to Freshwoods too.
Can't forget though. Can't forget that. Can't forget.
Can't forget the inspiration.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody and anybody want to reach out to you, talk business, possibly work with you on a feature, curious of submitting music to, Mid Coast, how could they reach you? What's the best way to reach you? And do all your plugs where they could find your music and what's next for you.
Okay. Let's start with the music. So right now, y'all can go out and stream Meeting with Vokab Spark featuring Russell. Y'all heard that earlier. Y'all just heard Vices about to go crazy on the charts. I tell you what, Vices is on its way up past 100,000 streams. So go out and shout out Vices and Meeting with both featuring Russell on all DSPs and all platforms, even YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Best way to, if you want to do some business like things, you can hit my Entertainment Mid Coast page on Instagram. So it's at Entertainment Mid Coast. Mid Coast is MIDCOAST, and the Mid Coast is all the stuff. And people don't realize why I call it Mid. The Midwest is the Mid Coast now. So the Mid Coast is out here for all these states from the Great Lakes all the way down to the boot. Is all the states that ain't had a fair play, we getting a fair shot. We taking over. So we the new no limit. So
I like that.
If you didn't know, I got an army.
That's right. Again, I want to take this time to salute you with your journey, your insight, and all your rewards. Salute to you for doing that, making your way and showing just in the essence of artistry that it's possible. It's timeless. There's no set time for this. It's just dedication and grind. So salute to you, because on here, we're nowhere in the moment and the era of giving out flowers, but flowers die. So we here at SHU Radio, we like to give out honor. So salute to you on everything you've done and everything you have in store. So salute to that, my brother.
Oh yeah. Oh, and what we got in store? Oh yeah, we just expect it from us for the rest of the fourth quarter, the beginning of the year. We try to run for a Grammy, so we're about to submit Vices for a Grammy. So just shout out to everybody, LaRussell, his team, good company. Just want to say, Reek with a Sweet coming next, and just expect a track every week from Mid Coast. No matter what artist it is, we coming. So just watch the consistency. But the next track up is Greet with a Sweet by Vokab Spark.
And we're gonna end the show with that note right there. Thank you again for jumping on the show.
All right, appreciate you, Spud, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I'll give you your flowers, bro, because you making a way for people that don't have a voice. So shout out to you, man, and keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate that, man. We love the art of it first and foremost, and this is why we do the show, to share that, give entertainment and also education for the viewers and all the artists and collectives like you and myself. So salute to you again. Thank you, and have a beautiful night, my brother. Have a safe one.
All right, you too, my brother.
All right, have a good one.
All right.
Shout out to everybody on SHU Radio right now. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday. If you're still out there doing what you're doing, celebrating with family and friends, please be safe. Enjoy to the max. I want to thank everybody who spent their time with me today on the show. If you didn't get anything out of it, just remember being persistent and having the preparation. You might not be ready, but be prepared to do something in the essence of that. So if you didn't get anything from that, if you got a lot from it, that's a plus. But if you didn't, just make sure you get that. Delano, I see you. With that being said, for those that just jumped on, we just had Vokab Sparks representing Kansas City, representing the Mid-Coast Entertainment. We went into a few records with his feature with LaRussell. He spoke about being on charts. He spoke about, diving from the different eras of the music making, from having faith to dedication to struggle to persistency. So shout out to him. Shout out to everybody with that. And we're going to close with this one. He mentioned Greet with the Sweet. This is his next push. So you're seeing it right here for the first time. So check this out, y'all. And see y'all Wednesday for the A&R Desk, 9:30 p.m. We're gonna have a new thing, not a new thing. We're gonna have a different thing next Wednesday. So look out for that. Look out for the rules. But have a good night, man. Happy holidays and be safe, y'all. This is Vokab Sparks with Greet with a Sweet.
Rio Cali, el papá de los productores.
We about to drop this new track for you. All those weed smokers, they all in the air. Light it up. This is Greet with a Sweet. Vokab Sparks, SBN. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. From the streets of KC to the skyscrapers of NYC. Out to Cali just to chill in the heat. Been not an option, we can't be beat. For the right to speak, I don't mind dying. You can't terrorize my peeps, we holding down the front line. You can't terrorize my peeps, we won't stop flying. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. From the streets of KC to the skyscrapers of NYC. Out to Cali just to chill in the heat. Been not an option, we can't be beat. For the right to speak, I don't mind dying. You can't terrorize my peeps, we holding down the front line. You can't terrorize my peeps, we won't stop flying. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. In a hotel suite over freaks. I woke up to this nightmare from the calmest of sleep. From dreams of making money to all war in the streets. Thoughts of peace crossed my mind, though I used to carry a 9. Back then for my protection and keeping haters on mine. Now it's time to get united, so many lives on the line. They want us divided, hate toward each other by Trump's design. Freedom is the target and I don't mind dying. For the right to speak, you can't terrorize my peeps. You can't terrorize my peeps, we holding down the front line. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. From the streets of KC to the skyscrapers of NYC. Out to Cali just to chill in the heat. Fear not an option, we can't be beat. This is for those fallen, for those risking their lives after tragedy. Lord have mercy on all souls, may they rest in peace. Bless those left after death to face these horror stories. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. From the streets of KC to the skyscrapers of NYC. Out to Cali just to chill in the heat. Been not an option, we can't be beat. For the right to speak, I don't mind dying. You can't terrorize my peeps, we holding down the front line. You can't terrorize my peeps, we won't stop flying. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. From the streets of KC to the skyscrapers of NYC. Out to Cali just to chill in the heat. Fear not an option, we can't be beat. For the right to speak, I don't mind dying. You can't terrorize my peeps, we holding down the front line. You can't terrorize my peeps, we won't stop flying. It don't matter where we meet, we greet with a sweet. In a hotel suite over freaks. Thanks to this game from the streets of KC. This industry can't fade, this next generation MC. To their new form, here comes an ME. My metaphorically inclined to drop top tracks on any hot beat. Get ready for a streak of production. Mikko's heat on the creek, world sleep on my peeps. They wondering how we got in so deep. Cause I was born with the keys to the places you meet. Never saw me cause I move like a thief. Now I'm tinted up in a suite, blowing a sweet. Younger in the fast lane looking for something to eat. It's the beast that got me searching for me. Cheat to proceed, new breed, leave you in the hot seat, ready to bleed.
glory.